Gigi.
Kelly.
Okay, Gigi. Now today is not Sunday.
No, it's
because
not.
You know what? We had to celebrate.
We did.
We had to celebrate your birthday.
Yes.
So we took our hungover and we gave it the old bite the dog that bit you on Sunday. So we did not film.
We did not.
Yes. And then Mondays are Mondays. But we here Tuesday. And they say Tuesday ain't good for nothing, but don't you believe them. You know what? It's Saturday hangover, baby.
And here we are.
Here we are. Now, sometimes when we tape, we'll go over and we'll kind of chat. And I said not today. Because we had so much fuel and fire on Saturday.
I think we had a little too much fuel and fire.
Too much fuel and fire. Highly combustible.
I'll say.
Highly combustible. What I want to do is spend a few days, calm down. I want to go to a game. You don't know what game I'm going to go to.
Oh, good Lord.
And then I want you to give it to me straight. Give me what you got. Are you ready?
I ain't got very much.
All right. Game of the century. Number 2 Georgia versus number 4 Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Reminder to the people out in the world, they do not play every year in the regular season. They normally see each other in the SEC championship. They did see each other in 2020. First game after the Nick Saban era. College game day was there. Do you need me to hype it up anymore? Go.
That was a game for the century, and it did not disappoint. The only thing disappointing
first half
was nobody wanted to play. First of all, Alabama comes out, they dominate the first half.
They wanted to play. It seemed like we couldn't figure out who wanted to play. Defense or offense? Wait,
who wanted to play?
What was the score at halftime? I'm so sorry to cut you off.
Don't cut me off. It's okay.
Oh, you have it by quarter. Okay, give me first quarter.
Yeah, it's okay. It was 30 Alabama, 7.
What was that,
Georgia.
halftime or quarter?
That was halftime. That's what they wanted to do at halftime.
First quarter was 21-0. Quarterback for Alabama, Jalen Milrose, putting on a clinic.
Just throwing all over the place.
And what you was ready to like, what?
Hey, I said, let's move on to another game. They got this game. Oh, not
no,
so
you
bad.
were
What?
You were more animated than that.
Okay.
You were like, I can't believe it.
That's what I said.
And I was giving you a hard time because you wanted to turn to another game at the same time slot that had it was a ranked team and a non-ranked team. And I said, you really want to turn it to Bama and Georgia are on. And I gave you a hard time. You like, all right, we get to the game, and I felt salty.
I felt embarrassed.
You said, I thought, and we said, this can't be so.
This cannot be so.
This can't be so. So.
Not so fast, my friend. It wasn't.
What do you always say?
There are 2 halves to every game. And what do the coaches always say? You have to play each half. My God, Georgia came out of that locker room, and we were sitting here. You saw it. You know you saw it. And we're sitting here, we're going, oh my, they want to come back. It's 15-33 in the second quarter.
We started cheering for Georgia.
Third quarter.
And I had money on Bama.
I felt sorry for them.
I felt sorry for them.
But we digress. As the game went on, they scored again. It was 21-33. 5:39
now, when was
left in the game.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but when was it 21-33?
It was what it was. I did not see when it was 21-33. I know we was in the fourth quarter.
We were in the fourth quarter, so nobody scored in the. So at halftime we 30-7.
Right.
In fourth quarter we 33-23
to 21.
To 21. I'm sorry.
That's how it started out. That's how it started out. First they scored in the third quarter. Georgia comes back and scores another touchdown. Now it's 21-33. 5 minutes and 39 seconds left. Georgia throws again, and it's 28-33. Now, I'm sitting here with her, and I'm going, are we watching the same game? Then, with 2:31 left in the quarter, it is now 34-33. and Georgia takes the lead. And the first thing I say was, where's the defense? Where's Alabama's defense? Maybe they went out for cocktails. I do not know. All I know is, here comes Alabama trotting back on the field, and I said, what y'all gonna do? Well, of course, Jalen Milroe.
He showed you. Georgia had to lead for 13 seconds. They had to lead for 13 seconds.
Throws a 70-yard bomb to that little, what's that little 17-year-old kid?
17-year-old Jeremiah. Oh, no. Ryan Williams. So, and he did the spin-a-do.
And spun around the...
And Three Stooges made them run into each other. Now...
And the young man ran in for a touchdown. Now, the icing on the cake was, this game was not over, folks. Because here comes Georgia. Coming right back.
Okay.
All they have to do is score one more touchdown. What happens? What happens? 2:18 left in the game.
In the end zone.
Here he comes, throwing it to the end zone.
Carson Beck, number 2 quarterback to go in the draft for 2025. And
interception.
His third one. His third one of the day. He threw 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. This man is the number 2 quarterback that is supposed to come out of draft. Now, I don't want to get dramatic. Carson Beck has talent. But me and you, can we be honest? We felt that we wanted a little revenge for old Kentucky. I did. I did. Let me not put you. I want a little revenge for Kentucky, only losing by 1 to Georgia 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And I have several things to say, and then I'll let you go if you want to keep going, because I know you had it.
I have one. Okay.
You was fired up. Hold tight to it.
Got that one point to make. Go ahead.
So, I don't know what happened to Bama's defense in the second half. I think at the end of the game they talked about well, it was the tale of two halves. You heard the tale of two cities? It was the tale of two halves. And I believe Milroe touched on it at the end. He gave a really good interview to Hawley from ESPN. I think he mentioned that they had got lax with the lead, because the way the first half looked, it looked like they were playing,
high school.
Taft High. Like they were playing high school. No, I was going to say the same thing. Like they were playing high school. I did catch some of game day. And so they were asking them, or college game day, which I never can catch because it comes on so early. They were talking about what was going to be the difference maker. How were they going to figure out whoever mastered this was going to win the game? One was line of scrimmage. Georgia had a bunch of new people or freshmen or on the line of scrimmage. I can't remember if it was offense or defense. I think their main defensive guy, Mikael Williams, was out. Okay. So they said whoever controls the line of scrimmage. And then I believe it was your boy Kurt said whoever can control or whoever can adapt, to the momentum of the game. And then somebody asked, well, what's going to be the factor nobody's thinking about? And they said Ryan Williams. Young guy, was playing high school football a year ago because he left early in January to make college spring training. Yep. So he is going to be a difference maker, because if momentum's going to be a factor, which it is, not always, but in the game with the SEC, I think it is, especially Bama, Georgia, right? It's just like iron on iron. Young guy, young college career. He may not feel that momentum shift. He just wants to go out and play football. And he did. Yes. And that's all I have to say.
My one rant is against Alabama's defense. Here I thought we were watching one of the 2 top teams of the nation. I thought we was going to have a battle. But alas, we only had a battle in the first half. Well, we didn't have a battle in the first half. We had a battle in the second half. No, we didn't have a battle in the second half because the defense was not there. But my one thing I was going to say, Alabama, defense is one of the things they have always been proud. Well, offensive too, but defense is one of the things that Alabama has always.
Not necessarily. I'm gonna disagree with you.
Okay, disagree with me all you want. All I've been saying is, maybe defense, when y'all get back in the locker room, y'all should watch the tape of Kentucky playing Georgia. Then maybe y'all would see how they held Georgia to 1 touchdown, where y'all gave up 4. They get 4 touchdowns.
Well, let me say this.
Say this about that.
I'm a defensive girly. If you think about it, he was throwing the touchdowns in a minute, 2 minutes.
Where was defense?
Defense was tired. Offense goes in there, they throw a long ball, they do 2 or 3 plays, they're done. Against Georgia's struggling offense, Bama's defense has to be on the field as long as they are.
I don't know how Alabama's a struggling offense.
Georgia's struggling offense.
Georgia's struggling offense.
First half, they had no point. They had 3 points, 7 points. So if Georgia has to take, their offense takes 10, 12 plays to get a touchdown, Alabama's defense is on the ground with them. If Bama takes 2, 3 offensively to get a touchdown, Georgia's defense is getting all the rest. So second half, it wears them down. Not an excuse.
Not an excuse.
Observation.
Not an
Because 5 more minutes could have been a different story. Not an interception could have been a different story. Right? And this could have been, as we always say, the championship game.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Whew.
That took it out of me. I'm done.
Let me tell you what. I burnt calories sitting on a couch Saturday. Man, let me take you to Friday. Virginia Tech versus Miami. No, they're not number 6. Ole Miss was number 6. Number 7.
Miami was 7. I usually write that down with the
Sorry about
Miami
that, y'all.
Was 7.
Okay, number 7, Friday.
And
Cam Ward, front runner for the Heisman, per FanDuel.
Cam Ward. Okay, the game's coming back to me now.
The U.
That was a good game.
Miami only won by 4 points, 38-34.
Yeah, Virginia Tech was leading at half, and I thought, whoa, we got a game here. Boy, Virginia Tech's unranked, and yet they came out fighting. Feisty little devils.
Yes, they did. And you know what? Everybody said Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is starting to creep up as one of those little thorny teams. I like to call them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They may not be ranked. They may finish 6-6 and get to a bowl. But boo, are they gonna give you a run for your money? For them. Don't you fall asleep on them. Don't you turn your back. They're gonna steal your lunch money. And I wanted to say that. Oh shoot! Virginia Tech, Miami. I'm gonna have to cut this. I forgot what I was saying. Miami.
Ma'am, what?
Virginia Tech, Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. And
okay. Let me go back. They steal your lunch money. And I did want to say, week 5. Is that what we just came out of?
Week 5.
Week 5 was it was expose. French expose Saturday.
It was exposed Saturday.
We were exposing people. And let's go to one of the biggest frauds of the day. Number 6 Ole Miss goes down to the University of Kentucky, baby. Drop zone.
Kentucky again.
Kentucky is a contender. And I feel like it was 2-3 years ago. We said Kentucky's grandma's favorite team. May she rest in peace. How are they a football? We was talking Final Four, March Madness. How are they a football team? Kentucky's not a football team. 3-4 years ago, they started to make a name for themselves. And this year, I know, almost don't count.
That Georgia game. You gonna say that?
Losing to Georgia by 1 and then coming back, and I think they had a bye week last week. Is what doesn't matter. Beating Ole Miss number 6 was Ole Miss overrated? The survey says
drop zone.
Yes, they were. They were overrated.
What happened? This is why we get so confused sometimes on these Saturdays, because we're watching teams that we expect. I
don't know if we get confused. I think we get slightly stunned.
We get slightly stunned.
Yeah.
Because we're counting.
Well, my word is stunned, not your word.
No,
that's
not my word. Okay, I stole
Let's start that again. Like they stole that win.
We were
I think we get stunned because you go into it thinking, okay, number 6. Now, number 25
win.
Yeah, but number 25 not so much. We're not silly.
Yeah.
Right? Number 6
guaranteed
win. Gonna be a good game though.
Absolutely.
But Ole Miss's number. You know what? You always say, actually, we should take it back. We only maybe even stump. Maybe we just pinch because you always say.
The numbers are...
No.
What do I say?
That's not.
Oh, on any given Saturday, you can be beat.
Thank you.
I am telling
now
you.
that's her words.
Now,
Now,
those are the
her
powerful sales.
words.
But what
okay.
happens is we buy into the hype. No, not always. Okay,
Don't
I buy
lie.
into the hype.
No,
I think
you
so.
do not.
Well, you know what? I
You
don't
are
sometimes.
so no. You are so damn it. What's the word?
I don't know the word. I just know I'm number 6.
You don't buy into the hype though.
Well,
You are always like, let's see. You always like this. Let's see. Let's see what they
I
gonna
think
do.
you're right. I think I'm depending on too much on these numbers because sometimes
I don't. But that's not true. You
the
don't.
numbers
You
or
don't
the
fall for the
quarterbacks.
numbers. I think what happens is you like, let me see what they're gonna do, and then when a ranked team is losing when they shouldn't be, especially to an unranked team, you like, the experts really. They're not the experts. They're not the experts. Can we talk about my favorite play of that game?
What's your favorite play?
First of all, Ole Miss loses 20-17 with a field goal at the last minute to tie it. Hooks left, I believe. They always hook left, right?
Left.
My favorite. It was my actually. I think it was my favorite play of the day, or it's a close tie between this and the Ryan Williams touchdown with the spins.
Oh, okay.
They go. He's rushing. Kentucky has the ball. He's going for a rushing touchdown. Ball gets hit out of his hand, flies up into the hands of his own teammate.
In his end zone. Of course, yes.
We are always talking about the tips.
Yes, we are.
They tip it this. They tip it that.
way.
There's been so many tip interceptions and almost tip interceptions. We're like,
right.
Don't do it. Bat it down. The guy batted it up. He should have punched it down. He punched it up.
The guy caught it and ran it for the
touchdown.
That was
crazy. Top 10 play of the day.
It had to be because
while we're in the drop zone, can we stay here for a little bit?
All right. Well,
did you order a drink?
Yes, I did.
We got appetizers coming while we're here.
Yeah, just
while we're in the drop zone.
Yeah, well, like Alabama, I was having appetizers in the second half. But anyway, who else was in that drop zone?
Do we have some artichoke dip coming? Okay. While we're here, let's get comfy. Let's get cozy.
Who else was in that drop zone?
Number 10 Utah loses to unranked Arizona 23-10. Now I will sit here and I will stand corrected, and I was back in Utah, not from the talent standpoint, but from the standpoint of you got to give them credit because they are winning games with their backup quarterback. Cam Rising is infamously injured again. Surprise, surprise. And so they looked really good last week. And so you got to give them, I feel like you have to give them extra points when you rank them.
Yeah.
Now here's the question I need to ask you. Here's the conundrum. If I give you extra points for winning with the backup, do I go lenient when you lose with the backup? You can't have it.
No, you can't. You gotta be equal.
Can't have it both ways.
Can't have it both ways.
What you looking up?
I thought I had a Utah. I thought I had some notes. But
no, I thought you had a new finger for Cam Rising.
No,
because he broke his. That's why he's not playing. I think he broke it. I don't know. He breaks his leg. He breaks his finger.
I didn't have anything on that Utah Arizona.
I don't think we really watched it because gee, Manelli. But we was in the drop zone. We had some potato skins coming. You had a cocktail. I figured we would get comfy while we was here.
There were so many.
Okay, let me give you another one that we did watch a good chunk of.
What's that one?
Okay. And I want to talk about a little pet peeve that I think you and I talked about as well.
Which one was that?
Number 15 Louisville loses to number 16 Notre Dame. Notre Dame 31, Louisville 24. We know Louisville is a good team. Louisville was in the ACC championship last year against Florida State. They played awful. It was really weird, but whatever. I was highly disappointed in their performance last year for that championship game. But Louisville is a good team, ranked 15. Notre Dame ranked 16. As we know, Notre Dame lost to a Northern Illinois University.
That was crazy.
Yikes. At home. Double yikes. And so that's how they were so low. Is Notre Dame overrated, underrated?
I'm not sure. I got to see more of Notre Dame because, like you say, the game against Northern Illinois was not pretty.
Riley Leonard's the quarterback.
I know, and then I thought
transfers in.
Got to give him something because I thought, okay, here we go, and a little disappointed in that game. They came back with the Louisville. I thought, okay, they're 15-16. Maybe we'll see a little more, but I got to see more of Notre Dame because that was pretty.
They only won. Sorry to cut you off, babe, but they won by a touchdown. I feel like I want to say this, and I think last season we talked about it a lot, and this season we haven't, and I think it's because it's such a hodgepodge soup. I feel like Notre Dame's getting better. I don't know what happened with that NIU game. It didn't make sense to me. I felt like Notre Dame was in control of the game.
Well,
I felt like I don't think Louisville ever had the lead.
I don't think. I didn't. I had it.
And Louisville's a good team. Let me tell you what pissed me off. I know you got to sell papers. I know you got to be an attention grabber.
Yeah, everybody does. Yeah.
But the bottom of the little ticker at the bottom was something along the lines of Notre Dame survives against Louisville. Or Notre Dame squeaks by against Louisville.
There was a lot of those last week.
Well, here's my problem. Notre Dame was ranked lower than Louisville. Yes, it was one spot.
Right.
Louisville was supposed to win because the experts said Louisville was better than Notre Dame. Yep. So just because that might not be true,
we know.
ESPN, I believe, or whoever. It was ESPN, I think, because they always have the tickers.
Yeah.
You don't get to say they squeaked by. I beat the team you said was better than me. If you thought I was better, then I should have been 15. So what is the headline? And they put Notre Dame squeaks by against number 16 Louisville. Well, number 15 Louisville. I'm number 16. Why didn't you put my number up there?
You know the squeak by team is higher than you.
Never trust the media. But you can trust us. We keeps it real. We keeps it real because it's not coffee in her cup.
That is too coffee.
Okay.
So anyhow, what you got next?
I got another one. They're not in the drop zone. We'll get our bill. We'll head out. But number 21 Oklahoma won over Auburn 27-21. And this is why I was pissed. Yes, I had money on it. Mind your business. But Auburn is awful this year. Cal State Berkeley beat Auburn. The Golden Bears. No. The Golden Bears beat the War Eagle, Auburn. And Oklahoma has the nerve to only win by 6.
That's what it looks like. It won by 6.
I ain't gonna hold you. All right, let's go to some more flash and pizzazz.
Flash and pizzazz is all we have.
Unranked.
Oh. Ooh.
Colorado versus University of Central Florida in University of Central Florida. There was a rain delay. Shout out to Hurricane Helene, girls.
Yeah,
stay over on that East Coast. We don't need you.
You just wrecked a lot.
It was a rain delay.
It was.
And we always are excited to see Colorado. Yes, you want to talk about buying into the hype. I buy into that hype because I don't think it's just hype.
The news media. The media.
Oh.
You know.
Did Deion send you that?
He sent me this.
Okay, Coach Fry.
He said, you take this, girl.
Thanks for the support.
I wanted his hoodie, but this is all he did.
That hoodie probably cost a pretty penny, huh?
It was, but that game turned out to be better than some of the top-ranked games. I'm telling you. UCF surprised me, Kate, and I'll say this because I don't think I've watched UCF, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But
I
was impressed with this quarterback,
Love him.
KJ Jefferson.
Yes. From Arkansas.
Big
I know
guy.
him. I know him from last year. I mean, I don't know him personally, but
he looks like a linebacker.
Yes, he's
but
huge.
He is the quarterback,
and he'll run.
They said.
Sorry, I took it out of your mouth, didn't I?
What got me was they said it was like hot, muggy. The field was a mess. They said the AstroTurf was so thin because the boys were sliding. But he said maybe it's got to.
No, the announcer said that turf is thin. We were down there Thursday. And we seen how thin it was, and then of course you practice on it had rain and you practice on it. But my thing is, normally the beauty of turf is it's a little bit sturdier, and you don't have to get as much. That looked like mud turf. Where's the budget, UCF?
It was Smurf
You're
turf.
not getting to it.
The guy is huge, but to see him run, he takes off, and there was nobody. Well, they did tackle him, but he's very hard to tackle.
Yeah.
And I swear that what was the phrase they kept saying about the game? About one of them was supposed to.
Well, glad you asked. So I do know UCF, and I remember a few years back when UCF went undefeated.
Okay, that must be.
They went undefeated for the season, and then a coach at the time, he got offered. I wonder if he's still there. He got offered. I thought he got offered a job at Arizona, but he wouldn't be there anyway. So I know UCF, and I wanted to look forward to the game. I believe it was one of the games I said I wanted to watch.
Yes, you did. You did.
Because UCF is fast.
And
I always say TCU is fast and SEC got fast. UCF is fast, and they almost are like slippery. They will run all over you. I remember Ohio State played them either the year after I think they won undefeated, and I was worried because they are fast.
They will get around
and so what happened was, what the shocker is Colorado had a run game.
Yeah, that was it.
Colorado does not have a run game. Well, Colorado has what we've seen is from the prime era.
Sure, yeah.
There's no run game, and I'm talking about coach, but
yeah,
he's part of the family. There's no run game, and there's no defense, and there's no O-line, right? Shador got 108 sacks. He got hurt last year. Defense wasn't doing anything, and they can't run. So all they have is Shador. All they have is Shador and Travis Hunter. Well, they were running, and I feel like his name is Welcher. Oh gosh, don't forget him because he is a star on the team, and he runs that ball all over the place. Little strong guy. And so from Colorado. His last name starts with a W.
I thought it was Walker. But anyway.
Oh, is it Walker?
What, W-E-L-K-E-R?
I thought it wasn't so simple as Walker.
Well,
anyway, I digress. What happened was they said, well, isn't this a shocker? Colorado's got run game. They normally pass. UCF is passing more. They normally run. And he kept saying.
That's all he kept saying. I kept thinking.
No, he kept saying, UCF, stick to your identity.
And I'm thinking, they're doing all right. But after a while, it was like.
They weren't doing all right. UCF lost 48-21.
They started to fold. I will admit. First half.
Started?
Well, maybe my notes are wrong. Well, anywho, as I was saying, they started out good with 7-7, I think.
That's not a good start. That's a solid start. Okay. If it was 7-7, we tied.
Anyway, it was a good game.
It was a great game.
It was a game that I didn't expect because this quarterback, because you don't know UCF. No, I do. In the fourth quarter, they started running plays, especially designed for the quarterback because he couldn't find anybody to throw to. I went, wait a minute. Why is he running like that? It was like 90 degrees it was like 90 degrees or something.
It was 100 something on that field.
This guy, they would bring you up close, and you can just see the sweat pouring on this boy's face. And I said, that boy gonna pass out if they don't get him out of here. But he kept, and I mean, he's hard to take down. I don't know. I wish I had looked up his rushing yards, but I was very impressed with KJ.
He's a tough number, but let me say this. They didn't go to the quarterback design run plays because he couldn't find anything to pass to. Right. That's their identity.
That's what they do.
They're runners. Why they went to the pass game, I don't know. I do know. I think they played Colorado's game, and that's why they lost. You have to play your own game. They thought Shador's going to throw it down the field all day. We've got to match that, Michigan. And so I think, though, you take yourself out of what you're comfortable with versus if they would have just ran the ball more, you might have gotten more points. You could have won the game. So Colorado was the 2-touchdown underdog in that game.
Sorry for y'all.
Why did I parlay them with Illinois?
Sorry for y'all lost. No comment.
No comment. All right, what game did I miss?
Michigan, Minnesota.
I'm not talking about that game. Hey, what game? No, what game? You were so tickled. What game did the players conveniently go down every time the other team got a run? Or who was that?
You just start talked about them.
Who was that?
Even the announcers start saying, "Why are they convenient?"
Wait, which
It
game?
was the Kentucky Mississippi.
Oh, God. Okay, now that makes sense why. Yeah.
He said, "Wait a minute, folks. That every time they, okay, you don't want to call it timeout. One of the players would go down. Oh, he had a cramp. Oh, he had this. 2 plays later, he says, "Oh, he's back in, of course."
What he said was,
What he
said was, wow, it's like every time, Kentucky gets a run
or momentum.
Yeah. Oh, somebody from Ole Miss is going down. And so whatever, number 12 is down. They do the whole little injured timeout. And then they come back for the next play. And he's like, oh, number 12's back on the field, unsurprisingly. The shade.
It's
the
terrible.
shade.
I said, these announcers
That was hilarious.
are not afraid to say, look, what can y'all do to me? Because y'all are not fooling anybody,
Well,
folks.
normally it's funny because normally I feel like the announcers are all, politically correct and they don't say they throw a little shade every now and again.
Shade.
I like it. I like it. Okay.
Okay, move right along.
Somebody told me to keep it tight and they're being chit chatty. I got a segment for you. Overrated, underrated. Why were they ranked number fill in a blank? I'm going to go first.
You go first, please.
P.S. It looks like K.J. Jefferson had 76 rushing yards. He was number 2, only behind R.J. Harvey, who had 77 rushing yards. Crazy. Okay. Why is Penn State number 9?
Because they haven't played anybody and they don't, because I'm sorry, folks, they didn't play anybody.
They played number 19, Illinois, the Fighting Illini, and they won. They won 21-7.
Yes.
Illini scored on the first possession, didn't score the rest of the game. But Penn State only scored 21 points.
They were number 19. Come on, Kate.
Okay. Now, you brought up the other one. Why are they ranked number 12?
You got to be talking about Michigan because I didn't see anything in that game. Oh, I did see something in that game.
Let me tell you what you didn't see. The ball being thrown. Go ahead. What did you see?
That was the only thing I took out of the game. I think he threw for 82 yards this time.
Oh, yeah, he doubled what he threw last week.
I was impressed. But I'm going to tell you something that I did. Michigan, of course, they did win. But this was the thing that I told you, they won 27-24 because Minnesota.
Say that again. Don't brush over it.
Don't brush over it. Minnesota started to
unranked. Minnesota
started to get their
number 12 beat them
together
by 3 points,
and they started rolling. But unfortunately, too little, too late. They ran out of time. It was 27-24. I told them, I wonder if they had 5 more minutes, what would have happened. I always say that about them games, and I shouldn't. But my God. You let this team come back. You were leading the whole.
Well, you hope that the coach who won by 3 points and is ranked number 12 is gonna also ask themselves that, right?
I hope so.
Is that the thought?
That is the thought because y'all.
What if there was 5 more minutes? I like to say
these
that
games are not gonna get easier.
What if there was 5 more minutes? Because what if it would have been tied and we had to go to overtime? What if there were 5 more minutes? If I say, what if there were 5 more minutes, and you say, well, coach, we would have put up 4 more touchdowns and had 3 more stops. That's the energy because that's the momentum we have. If you said if there's been 5 more minutes, I don't know if we would have won. I don't want to hear that.
Georgia was hoping for a tie.
Now, Georgia 3 interceptions. And I don't even know. 2-3 fumbles?
I'm not going to go back. Okay. Don't let us go there no more.
So, we know who should be in the drop zone. I don't know if I need to say that, but Georgia. Bulldogs. All right, give me the rankings, which I have not looked at. I want to be surprised.
Oh God, you're not gonna be surprised. I don't think, but are you ready?
Yes, please.
Yes, for the rankings. Okay, girl, here we go.
Whoa.
No, I got a little music in there. I don't know why.
Okay.
And
I'll tell you if the AP got it right or wrong.
Okay, I
won't give too much commentary. I'll just say right or wrong. Go.
Because I was kind of questioning myself. Okay, let me
You want to keep it tight?
Well, I did. Number 1 was Alabama, of course.
Right.
2 was Texas.
I'll give it to them.
OSU still holding on to 3.
Should be. Great.
Moved up Tennessee. They didn't even play. I said that's okay
Well-
because we needed Georgia to drop to number 5.
Georgia's number. Okay.
They didn't drop. No, they played. Now remember.
Well, if you let me say what I need to say, you
Go
can
ahead.
say what you would say. We can keep it tight. Keep going.
Number 6 is Oregon.
Okay. Okay.
7 is Penn State. Don't know how they moved up, but they did.
Wait. What? Wrong. That's wrong. Okay. Keep going.
I guess it's the same thing. Okay, Miami dropped. They're number 8.
I agree. Right.
Missouri, they're number 9.
Agree.
Michigan moved up to number 10.
Wrong.
I'll keep it moving. Keep it moving. Number 11 is USC. They did deserve this because they came back.
Agree. Welcome to the Big Ten.
Mississippi dropped to 12. Should have, because they got to beat back Kentucky.
Okay.
I don't disagree with that.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but Kentucky better have a number by their name. Keep going. Okay.
LSU was 13.
Okay.
Notre Dame was 14. They moved up.
Okay. Agree.
Clemson jumped to 15.
Yeah.
But I said...
Disagree.
Okay. Iowa State is 16.
Okay.
I can't remember they beat.
That's okay.
BYU jumped to 5 points to
Let's go.
17. I
Let's
like
go.
that.
They 5-0. Let's go, BYU. Let's go.
Unfortunately, Utah dropped.
As
to
they should.
18.
From 10.
Yeah, they dropped 8 points. They dropped 8.
Agree. Keep going.
Number 19 was Oklahoma.
Ooh, I don't know if they should have moved up, but
they
okay.
did move up.
Okay.
Two spots.
Okay.
Kansas State moved up to 20.
Okay, I'll give it to them.
Now Boise, I was surprised that they moved up to 21.
I am not. Boise has been a force. Let's go, Boise State.
You think so?
Okay.
Okay, we'll let you know that.
Let's go.
Okay, Louisville dropped to 22. They
That
dropped
was
7
aggressive. I disagree.
Yeah, but you know.
I disagree. They lost a team that was ranked 1 below them.
No, there it is. There is that.
Okay.
Now, new to the rankings is Indiana at 23.
Why?
I do not know who they beat. I can't remember either.
Oh, they're 5-0 for the first time since like 1990.
That's why. And then, of course, 24 is Illinois. They dropped. I think they was up to 20 or something. They dropped 5.
After losing to Penn State.
Right.
Okay.
Texas A&M, they only dropped 1.
Okay.
But this was a surprise. We have a tie. We have UNLV at 25 also.
Okay, UNLV been making some noise. They're 4-0. They had a big win. Oh God, who did they beat?
I
Kansas.
can't remember. But
They beat Kansas. Kansas wasn't ranked, but they were supposed to be the better team.
Right.
Okay. I'm glad you said that because
But-
it leads me to.
You know why I like to wait, hold just one quick second. You know why I start to look this at? Oh, who didn't make it? They were so close.
Okay,
Well,
I like that too. Let's go.
Because they do get points, but you just don't see them unless somebody else bombs out. Now, the top dog for getting most votes was Arizona,
How many?
106.
Arizona deserved that
Because
after
they-
beating number 10.
But my thing was
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky only got 6 votes. And that's what I'm not going to belabor on it. I'm just going to say.
Kentucky wasn't ranked.
They were not ranked. They only got 6 votes. Now, folks, I know they look at everything. And I'm not going to say anything. Because I tried to look at what these guys have to look at when they do the rankings. But this is my thing. This is my thing only from looking at the games. Because that's all we look at. You take a number 1 team to the edge. Led the whole game. Allow them 1 touchdown. Then you come back and say, we're not out.
1 point. Oh, allowing. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
That was Georgia.
Keep going. They allowed 1 touchdown.
1 touchdown.
I am so sorry. Keep going.
And lost by 1 point.
Okay.
Then they come, the number 6 team in the nation, and they beat them. And for all this, your hard work, we gave you 6 points. And that's what I have to say about that.
I have a firm rule. If you beat an unranked team, you deserve to be ranked at least for 1 week the following week. I don't care if you're 24. I don't care if you're 25. You could have easily dropped Texas A&M out of the race. They could come back up later. They did not play a ranked team. UNLV, bless their hearts, they have been scrappy. They did not play a ranked team. But that is a bunch of bullshit. I don't know what Kentucky has done to the AP voters, but that is a bunch of bullshit. 6 votes. 6 votes.
Now, I'll tell you this one.
Arizona gets 106 votes against a backup quarterback, and you gave them 6 votes against Jackson Dart.
But the coaches poll did give him 17.
I'm gonna cut it out because it's gonna piss me off.
Stop because
But
it's a whole new.
oof,
show.
oof. Okay, y'all might have to see me go live on the gram because I'm livid about that. I'm livid about that.
Okay.
Speaking of UNLV, games we want to see next week. I'm going first.
I'm not gonna say nothing. Go ahead.
First game of the games I want to see next week, and all I pick is the surprises.
Okay.
Number 25 UNLV against Syracuse.
Okay. You like that, do you?
I do. What you got?
I ain't got nothing. I don't like any of them. I'm taking
No?
a bye week.
You said that last week, and then there was
I
28 games.
I took some games last week. I picked some games last week. I couldn't find anything.
Okay. I got
anything
another
I
one.
wanted.
I have another one then because
ahead.
I know football. I thought we knew football. I know football.
Oh, yeah.
UCF versus Florida.
Oh, okay. That might be now that I see UCF.
That could be interesting.
That could be an interesting
Florida
game.
is having an awful slump. It's just a battle of the
Whoa,
panhandle.
whoa.
They all are doing awful. I think the Miami Dolphins lost yesterday. Florida, don't let that hurricane get y'all out of y'all wits. Where's the football?
Wait.
Where's the football, Florida? Sorry. What?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. You have no game you're excited about?
Let me just take a quick gander. I looked at everything and
Okay, we don't have time for this.
We don't have time for this. I can't. I looked at it last week and I went, I'm taking a bye week.
I said that. You said you didn't say that.
I
You looked at what was okay.
I did pick games
guess
last
what?
week.
We said we're gonna keep it tight. We never do. Somebody talks too much. So let's rapper dapper up. I'm Kelly, like the color.
I'm Gee, like the butter.
And this is Saturday Hangover. Me, my mom, talking about college football. It's what we do. Who's gonna stop us? Nobody. I'm watching you, FCA. What's that called?
FCA.
Who stops you from cussing? FSC.
No, the FCC.
The FCC. I'm watching.
Not to be confused with the ACC.
No, the FCC. Much tougher than the ACC. See y'all next week.
We hope.